The world is eternal because it depends on the God or the Creator who is eternal. Those were Ibn Rushd's words in an attempt to explore the origin of the universe. He rejected the traditional view that it has a beginning in time. It might be thought that this conflicts with the Quran. Interestingly, as Ibn Rushd points out, nowhere in the Quran does it say that God at one point existed from pure nothingness, or that he brought everything into existence from nothing. He objected to Al-Ghazali's attempt to establish the non-eternity of the world on the basis of the impossibility of an actual infinite. Yes, it may lead to some absurdities, but Ibn Rushd relies on the view that there is no actual infinity, only a potential one. Even if the world has no beginning and no end, this does not actually make it infinite, because the past is no longer and the future is yet to be. Unlike Ibn Rushd, Al-Ghazali, who is from the Ash'arites, argued that the world is not eternal and has a beginning in time resulting from the choice of God. To support this, Al-Ghazali provided two arguments. The first one is that an infinite regression of events backward in time is impossible. The second one is that if the revolutions of the planets are infinite in number, then no sense could be made of the claim that they revolve at different rates. But here comes Ibn Rushd to say that the eternal to be divided is absurd, since there can be no degrees to the infinite. He argues that the will, which is actual, exists alongside the act that produces the object. Furthermore, if the actual will is eternal, what is willed is also eternal. Moreover, Ibn Rushd believed in the causality principle, where we always should seek an explanation for the actions happened. However, the Ash'arites rejected the causal relation among objects and adopted a principle called occasionalism, where it depends on immaterial objects called accidents that reside in the atoms. None of the accidents, however, can subsist from one moment to the next. When one moment ends, God creates new accidents, and there is no causation between them. They actually do not deny the existence of a connection between a cause and its effect. Instead, they deny the necessity of this connection and believe that God should be the ultimate cause for any event. Furthermore, regarding the creation of the world, the Ash'arites offered two main arguments, and we will just focus on the first one that depends on three premises. The first one states that substances never exist without accidents. The second one states that accidents are created. And the third one states that what cannot exist without accidents is created. We will just focus on the second premise. The problem with it is that it makes an unjustified inductive leap from the visible world of experience to the unexperienced world. Instead of proving directly that all bodies are created, they tried to establish first that all accidents are created, and then prove that all bodies that cannot exist without accidents are created, as a result of the creation of the accidents. But this does not help them, because the difficulty of extending the inferential leap from the past to the future applies equally to all accidents and substances. Then Ibn Rushd moves on to attack the second premise and deny that all accidents are created. Take for example space and time. He maintains that time is an accident, yet it is difficult to imagine it being created. He argues that every created substance must be preceded by non-being in time, because one cannot understand the meaning of preceding except through time, and the same goes for space. But all these are complications that are not addressed by the Ash'arites or resolvable by the art of dialectics, as Ibn Rushd sees it. To sum up, we emphasize the arguments of Ibn Rushd about the origin of the universe, along with the opposing arguments advocated by the Ash'arites, and on what basis they form these arguments. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks much for watching.